y'all. Welcome to Boozy Bees Books and Cocktails. I'm Dana B. I'm so excited for y'all to be here with me today. And we are going to discuss another book. So if you've heard of the book club where people get together and grab a glass of wine and sit around and talk about it, this is kind of like that, except for I'm going to discuss a book and we're going to make a cocktail that matches the book. Later on, hopefully we'll have guests and we'll get to discuss it a little bit more. And so I hope you guys hang on and join me. And remember to subscribe. That's where we start making some noises with our subscribers. We've got 25 now, and hopefully we can get some more. So please hit the subscribe button. So grab a glass of whatever you want to drink, find a nice little corner, and throw your feet up, and let's talk about books and cocktails. So this week is Valentine's week, and everybody talks about love and romance and everything. So I thought I would grab a little rom-com-y book and show you guys, discuss with you guys about the book. And it is Evvie Drake Starts Over. It's by Linda Holmes. And I found out while I was kind of researching that she is a NPR consultant or writes for NPR. So I thought that was kind of interesting that she also writes books. This book is, again, about a lady that's kind of starting over. So I like that. I like that the character was a little bit older. It was a fun, quick, easy read. And it didn't take me very long. And I giggled through it and laughed and maybe shed a tear or two and kind of that a girl or whatever. So it is about Evvie Drake. She is newly widowed. And what I found interesting about her story and the way Linda wrote this book is she did a really real job. I felt like she did an honest job about bringing some issues to the front. And what Evvie did was she was married, and she was married to a doctor, and everybody in the town loved him. He was very prominent in the town. And but her relationship with him was not good at all. And there was some things in her relationship that no one knew about. And so she had a just-in-case case, and it had money in it and clothing and everything. And so one day she's had enough, and she puts her just-in-case case in her vehicle. She is leaving him. She's out the door, and she gets a call. And the call is that her husband has been killed in a car wreck. And so this changes her complete life, because how can she walk away now or ruin his reputation as a man? So she just kind of huddles into herself and has to go to the funeral and has to do all these things that happens when someone passes away. And she just really suffers through this because she doesn't have anybody to talk to. So her best friend, who is a man, and he, tries to cheer her up, tries to get her to come out and go places, and she just won't do it. And she's living on hardly anything. She has life insurance, but she doesn't want to talk about it, doesn't want to do anything with that. So she has a guest house in the back of her home. And her friend asked her, said, hey, would you think about getting a tenant for your home? And he's going to pay you X amount of dollars every month, and this will help you. And she's like, well, I want to meet him first. And so Dean is the man that comes around, and he's a professional baseball player. And he's hit a rough patch in his life. He is a pitcher that can't pitch. And so his coach sends him to medical doctors and psychologists and everything else, and they can't figure out why he can't pitch, what's wrong with his, psyche that he can't do this. So Evvie meets Dean, and she decides that maybe this is the guy that would be all right for a tenant, because he's not looking for anything. She's not looking for anything. They're just a mutual agreement of being in a tenant and that kind of thing. So she kind of gets into his business and he kind of gets in her business, but they kind of make a pact that if you don't ask me about my problems, I won't ask you about your problems. But as we all know, that doesn't happen. So they kind of get into each other's problem. And sometimes it's funny and they say the craziest things to each other and the friendships blossom and she has other friends and they kind of get into each other's business and get mad at each other and throw things. And it's really kind of fun. And then, of course, this is rom-com-y, so a relationship does spring forth, and they start this relationship, and every time that they think it's fixing to go to something else happens. And so it's just really fun. And yes, they do have sex during the book, but it's not anything like big time that would embarrass you and you have to, say a little prayer afterwards or anything. So it's just really, really fun. It ends well. And so for Valentine's week or day, it's a lot of fun to think about or read about something that's just a cute little book. So when I was thinking about a cocktail and Dean being a baseball player, and they talk a lot about baseball in this book and how the game's played, and it doesn't go into a lot of great detail, but he ends up kind of coaching the high school baseball team. So it does talk a lot about baseball, and nothing to me means American more than beer and baseball. So I was thinking, well, beer, how could you make a cocktail out of beer? And so I found a few cocktails, but there was a lot of ingredients, and so I tried to find something that everybody could make at home with easy ingredients. And I feel like you would have these ingredients in your home, and so you wouldn't have to go buy anything. Maybe beer if you didn't have beer. But this is called a Michelada, and it to me is a lot like a Bloody Mary. And the only thing that you're switching out is the beer. So you, instead of vodka for a Bloody Mary, you would have a beer. So I've already put in the tomato sauce, or juice, sorry. And I've rimmed the glasses with tahini, spices. And so we are going to just add the beer. Well, we're going to add 2 dashes. Oh, so the tomato juice is a 1/3 cup of tomato juice. We've got lime juice, and I've got 2 tablespoons of lime juice, and I did squeeze the lime and just added it to the tomato juice. Then we're going to do at least 2 dashes of hot sauce, and if I like mine kind of spicy, so I'm going to put 4 dashes of hot sauce in there. Then we're going to do Worcestershire sauce, however you want to say it. And it's 2 to 3. Well, it went 4, so we'll do 4. It'll be all right. It's going to be kind of spicy that way. And then we've got just Bud Light. You can do whatever your favorite beer is, but I just happened to have some Bud Light. So we're going to put the Bud Light in here. And love the bubbles, of course. And then we're going to stir it. Give it a good stir. And then we're going to put a lime wheel on it. And I would add ice to this. I would also chill your glass just to have fun. Of course, this is going to make 2. So if you have a partner, you can make them a Michelada, or as my husband would like to call it, a red beer. It's perfect color for Valentine's Day, and it's something that both of you can enjoy, or just enjoy it by yourself and give whoever else the rest of the beer. And that is your cocktail. So hopefully you will have enjoyed this and you will read the book. Let me know what you think about the book. Let me know what you think about Boozy Bee. And hopefully you'll subscribe. So next episode will be about Remarkably Beautiful Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. So grab it, read it, let me know what you think about it, and then we'll talk about it and show you a cocktail. Thank you very much. Bye.